Today's Sunshine Note is titled Lightsaber. How happy is the man who does not follow the advice of the wicked, or take the path of sinners, or join a group of mockers. Psalms 1:1. I remember the day I walked into Barnes & Noble shortly after George Lucas released his latest Nerdfest, Revenge of the Sith. Amid the candy, pocket-sized notebooks and general miscellanea that nobody buys at the checkout counter, stood a box of elaborately designed lightsabers of various makes and models. I looked at it in awe. Then I saw something better. A lightsaber out of the box on display and available for use. I touched the metal handle and ran my fingers over the fiberglass tube that contained dazzling LED lights that glowed Jedi green. Before long, the weapon was in hand, and I held it aloft and flipped the switch. With a peal of sound known very well to Star Wars nerds, the light blade came to life. It hummed in my hand as I wove it back and forth, fighting the urge to strike something or someone in the store. Sensing my delight at this $100 marvel, the store clerk came over nodding enthusiastically. Pretty sweet, huh? They have crashing sounds when you strike things. Last night, a bunch of us had duels in the dark after closing the store down. They're pretty durable. After briefly considering applying to work at this particular Barnes & Noble so that I might join in the midnight lightsaber wars, I relented and simply purchased the lightsaber instead. The first Psalms describes a progression. First is a man who follows the advice of the wicked. Then he walks their path, and finally he joins their company. So simply speaking, sin is a flirt. It tempts us with thoughts, leads us to meditate on those thoughts, and eventually leads us to take action that can lead to destruction. That expensive toy is still in my office, but after considering my budget and what's important, I'm going to sell it. I don't need it, of course, and I am in need of other things. It would have been better had I not bought it at all. Thankfully, the lightsaber has retained its value. However, when it comes to sin, the consequences are much harder to return once you walk its path and join the company of those who embrace it. Instead of allowing sin to take you down a destructive path, take David's advice in verse 2. Spend time meditating on God's word. That will lead you to a progression of being firmly rooted in the right place, like a tree by water able to produce fruit. May God bless you today.